How's it going? This is Brando from Fury AI, and in this video it's going to be a banger because I'm going to bring you through the exact same systems, processes, and strategies of how I would scale my agency from zero to $20,000 per month within 30 days if I had to go back and start all over again. I'm going to bring you through the exact same strategies. Once again, no BS. So make sure to stick until the end, and with no further ado, let's get right into the video. Great, so let's get right into it. The agency blueprint from zero to $20,000 per month in 30 days. This is exactly what I would do if I have to go back in time, start all over from scratch, zero to little experience, and I have to go from zero to 20K per month within 30 days. Okay, so before I get going, I'm going to share a lot of things on this video, but I want to digitally sign an agreement with you. And the agreement is, before we get started, I want you to commit to this video. In this video, I'll show you everything you need to know to go from zero to a 6+ figure run rate agency within 30 days. Some things I say might not sound important to you, but I assure you they are, so make sure you stick until the end. The reason I'm telling you this is because I know that there's a lot of fuss out there, I know that there's a lot of BS. I can assure you if you can stick until the end, I'm going to bring you through several concepts that will change the game for you. Now, why am I even qualified to speak about these things? I am not a fan of showing screenshots or whatever. This is not even to flex, but it's to show you that I'm qualified at least to speak about what I'm going to speak about, okay? So this is so this is 70,000 dirhams. I'm in Dubai right now, so this is where my company is based, Brandlux Media. This is what we did in a week from the 24th to the 30th, and this is approximately $20,000. So this is a proof that I can make this in a week, not even in a month. So now that we got the proof out of the way, these are the topics that I'm going to cover in this video, okay? Number one, where you should spend your time, where to focus on. I know for a fact that when I first started my business, or when I was in the initial phases, sometimes even now, I don't know where to put my time. I don't know what are the things that I should be focusing on that can push the needle forward and allow me to get results, right? So this is what I'm going to cover in the first point. Second, how to build authority from day one. Now, I know a lot of people that are just struggling to gain trust and build the authority, and the prospects won't even listen to them. I'm going to show you within a couple of things. I'm going to bring you through a couple of concepts that you don't need to wait 3 to 5 years to gain that not only experience but that authority level where people actually listen to you. You can do it from day one if you do a couple of things, okay? Number 3, and this is probably one of the most important ones, how to fill up your calendar with 30 to 50 qualified sales calls per month on autopilot with people that actually are interested in buying your service. This is one of the biggest bottlenecks that I have to face, that my colleagues face. It's just hard because there's so much noise to get your prospects' attention and have them raise their hand and say, I want to book a call with you and potentially be your customer and pay you. This is really a challenge. I'm going to bring you through the exact same tools, softwares that I use personally with my agency that are literally proven, and they're booking calls for me day in and day out. Number 4, how to close 40 to 50% of your sales calls. Okay, I'm not even joking. I close at very high rates. I mean, I have experience. I know other people that are better than me, but at least, I'm just going to share what has been working well for me and allow me to close between 40 and 50% of my sales calls, okay? I'm going to go through a couple of things there. And last but not least, and probably also the second most important thing, how to retain clients for 12+ months. It doesn't make sense if you keep on onboarding clients if you don't retain your clients, because at the end of the day, the businesses that are alive that can scale to 6, 7, 8 figures or whatever are the brands and the businesses that are able to retain customers, that are able to provide value so that customers stick with them for at least a year, okay? So I'm going to bring you through these first thing. Let's start with promise number 1, what to focus on. Okay, there are 2 things you need to focus on in the starting stages. Okay, number 1, gain as much knowledge as possible. If there is a knowledge gap, you can't provide value, you don't get results, and you have no chance to succeed. Okay, I'm not joking when I say this. Learn the craft of what you're selling, become the master at it, know everything there is to know about it. I am not joking, I'm not exaggerating. If you, by the way, I can't spell knowledge, just keep that in mind. Um, but I'm not joking, and there's a lot of BS in this market, and there's a lot of people that think that they know everything about their niche, about their industry, and they're actually not able to provide value to their customer, and there's so much noise. Hence, why all the prospects are very skeptical to speak with you on the phone in the first place, because there's a lot of noise. So the first thing that I advise you to do, and what I did, is to know the ins and outs of your business when it comes to your niche. I serve e-commerce clients. I know everything there is to know about e-commerce. Everything. I know how to start it, how to scale it, how to sell it, how to the fulfillment side. It's been the last 7 years, 6 years of my life. That's all I've been doing, e-commerce. Okay? Learning about e-commerce. So that's the first thing you need to do and focus on. The second thing you need to do is get people on the phone so you can speak to your ideal customer. Okay, the motto will then be get on sales calls and close sales calls. No sales calls means no opportunity for your business. So I can't stress this enough. If you don't speak to your customers, you have no idea what they want. And if you don't know what they want, you don't know what to offer. And if you don't know what to offer, you have no business, because people won't be interested in the first place to hop on a call with you. So I'm sorry for being so direct, but these are the two things that you need to focus on. Okay, don't focus on other things other than these two things. Essentially, get people on the phone and know everything there is to know about your niche. Moving on, how to build authority from day one. Now, I'm just going to read here for a sec. If you're starting out, it can get quite challenging to sell yourself, and this is what I was talking about before. You have no proof, no testimonials, no proof of concept, right? Which is the most important thing, to prove a concept that it works. Nothing. Here is what I would do if I were to start all over again. Number one, build a great presentable website. I know that there's a lot of gurus out there that tell you don't need a website to start, and there's this huge debate. In my opinion, you actually don't need a website to start an agency. I didn't start with with a website when I first got my first or second client, whatever. But at least I did have some experience in sales, and that really helped me. So I would build a very and great presentable website if maybe you have a lack in sales experience, because what happens when you have a website that is very presentable, it does the selling for you while you are not on the call with them. So it's a nurturing system. They get to see your website, your services, about us. They get to learn about your case studies even before they hop on a call. So sell your authority by having a professional looking website that resonates with your ideal customer. If your prospects see a shitty website, they will automatically think your service is shit. Okay, this is so it's a double-edged sword. If you do it very well. If you do it and it's shitty, then it's gonna hurt you. Okay, so make yourself presentable and very professional. This is the first thing that comes up to my mind when it comes to website. Number two, if you have no results in case studies, then partner with somebody that does and have them fulfill your service. I know that there's a lot of people that say that it's unethical, that it's not the right thing, but you have to understand one thing. If you want to start an agency or a service-based business, you're not in the tech business like you are in the people business, right? We are finding people that have a problem. We are finding people that offer a solution to that problem, and we're putting them together. This is your responsibility to find these two people, right? And there's nothing wrong if you go to an expert and say, you know what, I'm starting out, whatever the case may be, even if you're not, I have 7 prospects that need XYZ service. I know that you are an expert. I'll give you 50%, and you can I use and leverage your case studies, right, that can help me sell the service to these customers. And of course, when it comes to speaking to these customers, there's nothing wrong if you say that you have a team member within your organization that was responsible for these case studies. There's nothing wrong. People just want results, and there's nothing wrong if you go to a media buyer, for example, that has several different case studies in the e-commerce niche, right? If you serve e-commerce brands. So once again, when I first started out, I partnered with the media buyer that had 10 years of experience and handed my first client to him. I sold my services by leveraging his existing case studies. Leverage will always provide you with a competitive advantage. Remember, leverage will always provide you with a competitive advantage. Use it wisely and ethically, of course, right? So these are the two things that I would focus on to gain your authority. Now let's go into probably one of my favorite topics: how to fill up your calendar with 30 to 50 qualified sales calls per month, but most importantly on autopilot. Okay, without you having to go and reach out, do cold calls, write your emails yourself. All that stuff is going to be done completely on autopilot. Now, I really need you to focus on here because I am going to get a little bit technical, not too much. I'm going to talk about a couple of tools, also bring you through a couple, but these are detrimental for the success of this automation system and infrastructure that we're going to build that is going to book you appointments. Okay, so let me start here. Building a consistent and bulletproof client acquisition system is the first foundation to scaling to 10, 20, 30, 50, whatever K a month. You need, if you don't have an acquisition system that brings you new opportunities every single day, if not every single week at least, you pretty much don't have a business. Your business is just relying on word of mouth, referrals, right? It's too risky to have that. You need a pipeline. You need to build a pipeline. To get straight to the point, there are 3 important components to booking 30 to 50 calls per month. Number 1, choose one channel. Choose the channel where your prospects hang out. If your people are on Facebook groups, go on Facebook groups. I like to use cold email because it's a very simple process when it comes to reaching out. You just need a list, you need a couple softwares, and you can reach out pretty much to hundreds of thousands of prospects. So I like to use as my channel cold email. Number 2, find a reliable lead generation source. If you're not able to get leads, you're not able to sell to leads. You can't reach out to them. So find a couple lead generation sources that you can trust. I'm going to bring you through a couple, actually 3 methods that you can get leads in this video in just a second. Number 3, send personalized messages on autopilot. There's no point in reaching out manually. Like, you can do all that stuff, but it's just not worth your time. Maybe in the beginning, but trust me, you want to get to a point where you completely automate this and you wake up with a booked calendar. Like, that's ideally what you want. And the most important keyword here is personalized. If your message is not personalized and it's just a mass message, outreach message, people are just not going to give a shit. They're going to put you into spam, whatever. They don't care. The first thing and the least thing you can do is personalize each message to prospects you reach out to. Okay, so let's go on number 1, choose one channel. Okay, in this example, as I told you, I'm going to be using and discussing cold email as it's the cheapest and most profitable type of outreach that can easily be automated. Okay, so to set up cold email, what do you need? You need emails. Okay, I'm not going to bring you through the entire technicalities. I am going to do other videos on this specifically, but this is the foundation of what you need to know to set it up. Okay, if my domain is brandluxmedia.com, right? I want to buy burner domains, and a burner domain is something like getbrandluxmedia.com or trybrandluxmedia.com or brandluxmedia.info, right? Other domains that are not your main domain. You don't want to send emails from your main domain, because if for some reason it gets marked as spam or it gets into a blacklist, your domain, your business is fucked, right? You can't afford that. So buy other domains and use those domains to send cold emails. So this is just a structure of how it works. If you buy 3 domains, I recommend to set up maximum 3 email accounts each. So this is how it would work. If my domain is trybrandluxmedia.com, I would have something like brando@trybrandluxmedia.com, or first name and last name @trybrandluxmedia.com, and then a third one, which can be like Brando, M, which is Monetti, my last name, @brandluxmedia.com or trybrandluxmedia.com. So come up with a way to do that. Just find 3 accounts. No more than 3. If you do more than 3, it just becomes a little risky. Now, the next step is to warm up your emails, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to warming up, just type in Google cold email warm up software. I like to use Instantly, which I'm going to talk about Instantly in just a second. Okay. Instantly is a tool for sending cold emails, and within that tool, you can actually warm up your emails. What is the warming up your emails? It's essentially plugging your 3 email accounts here, all of them, into the software that sends emails on autopilot and receives emails on autopilot from other users so that it can warm up the account. You don't want to start sending cold emails if you don't warm up your email account for at least 14 days. So this is crucial, and remember to do that. Now, one other thing to remember is that within these 3 email accounts, send maximum 20, maximum 30 emails per email account. Okay, you can't go over that, because if you go over that, then you're gonna start triggering Google or Yahoo's or whatever Outlook's cold email triggers, right? You don't want to get marked as spam. You don't want to go into spam folders. You don't want to get into blacklists. So make sure that you send maximum 20 to 30 emails per email account. So from one domain, you should be able to send 60 emails approximately maximum with 3 email accounts. Okay, so this is kind of the foundation. Now this is the math. If you send 10,000 emails in a month and you book at 0.3 to 0.5% booking rate, and this is it's a very reasonable rate, right? Depending on your industry, it's going to vary, right? I know some people that book at 2% or 1%, which is great. If you can book at 0.3%, 0.5% booking rate, it's amazing. What does this mean? It's essentially 0.3% of 10,000, which is 30, or 0.5, which is 50. And this is essentially the types of meetings that you can expect if you do your outreach in the right way. If you send the emails to the right people, essentially these 10,000 people need to be the right prospects, right? If you send an e-commerce email to a real estate agent, he's just gonna flip you off. It doesn't make sense. So the next question here is, how do I get these 10,000 emails? How the fuck do I get them? Excuse me the French, but it's very hard to get. People actually don't know that there's a lot of great tools out there that actually provide so much value and so many leads, and it's pretty simple. So these are the 3 reliable ways of actually getting data, getting leads, getting qualified and verified emails that you can reach out to. Number 1, it's software. Okay, you can use software. You can use softwares like Apollo.io, Store Leads for e-commerce. I'm an e-commerce geek. I have an e-commerce agency. I use Store Leads a lot. But if you're not into e-commerce, go after Apollo.io. It's a great software. It's not even that expensive, $100, maybe $200 a month, but you get access to a database of millions and millions of people, and you can filter by age, not by age, maybe by demographic, by interest, by employee count, revenue, monthly revenue or yearly revenue, so many different things. So if you can afford it, this is the way to do it. The other way, which I don't really advise, is the manual. Okay, if you're not looking to send 10,000 emails, maybe just 1,000 or 2,000, and you want extremely accurate data, then maybe this is a better option. $500 a month for a VA, have them work 6 to 8 hours a day. You can find these VAs in the Philippines. They only charge $3 an hour, and have them manually go into the Instagram accounts, into Google, LinkedIn, whatever, and find your ideal client. Give them a criteria, and they need to follow that criteria. The last way to do it is to buy data. I personally love this methodology because it's very, very fast. I don't need to go into the software stack, right? Figure it out myself. I don't need to hire nobody to manually look and find for the leads. I can just buy data from a reliable source. I happen to know somebody that has a bunch of leads in the e-commerce space. I contact him every week. Every Monday, I receive a couple thousand new leads, potential customers. Leads as in verified personal and business emails that I can reach out to. We don't want any type of email. We don't want the info at emails. We want, personal business emails so that we can reach out to the CEOs directly. This is what I'm talking about. And this is a cost that you can expect if you find a good deal, right? If you are interested in getting my source, just hit me up in the YouTube comments and I can link you, okay? So this is number 2. Going to number 3, send personalized messages on autopilot. This is where it gets really, really interesting. If you stuck until now, you deserve to learn about this because it means you care, okay? So send personalized messages on autopilot. There's two ways to do this. There's not two ways to do this. There's two softwares that you need to use. Number one, this is my own software. I built it for myself. I've proved it. I've done this for 1 year, and then I just recently, as of 3-4 months ago, decided to launch it to the market because it just provides so much value. Okay, this is a personalization tool that is able to personalize emails, thumbnails, videos, and landing pages to your entire prospects on autopilot. It's absolutely nuts. I'm gonna give you more information about it. Okay, this is the first thing you need to personalize your messaging and your leads. Okay. Next thing, you need a tool that can actually send all of your leads and all of your emails on autopilot. You don't want to send things manually, right? As I told you before, you want to find a way to repeat the process so that you can send 500, 1,000, whatever emails a day completely on autopilot while maintaining the personalization aspect and messaging over here. So this is the step, okay? Step one. This is how it works. I'm going to show you. If this sounds a little confusing, I'm going to show you in just a second the website. I'm going to bring you through more details. But this is how it works. You have two softwares, Fury and Instantly, right? Step one, upload your leads after you find them with one of these three methodologies, right? Upload your leads into Fury AI. And once again, I advise you to click the link below to watch a full demo of Fury. It's 5 minutes long, but it's going to bring you through the exact same system and process and strategy that I'm using, that it's working really, really well. So upload your leads into Fury. Step two, Fury AI will send you, right? Will send you that exact same sheet that you uploaded, but with a personalized message, a personalized email, a personalized video, and a personalized landing page to all of your prospects. It's pretty nuts. And step three, download the sheet from Fury AI and add it into Instantly over here. And number four, launch your Instantly campaign and start sending personalized emails on autopilot to your prospects, day in and day out. And this is exactly what a personalized email from, if you integrate both Instantly and our tool Fury, how it looks like. This is just a normal email, but this top section, if you can read it, just pause the video, is a completely personalized line to the prospect. It's a personalized line to the prospect, and it was automatically generated by Fury, right? This thumbnail that you see here is completely AI generated by Fury. This is the prospect's website as a background. This is a pre-recorded video. This is just a call to action. Let me explain how. The AI puts everything together and creates a custom clickable thumbnail. And this thumbnail is linked to a landing page that has their name, their company, a video, and more information about your company. It's like a sales page. It's a custom sales page to the prospect. I'm going to show you an example in just a second. Actually, let me do that right now. So this is the tool. This is the tool, Fury AI. And by the way, we're launching a crazy offer because if you sign up with a paid plan, you get up to 8 million free leads, which is insane. These are the pricing. This is the pricing. If you want to step it up and send more, you can upload all the way up to 547. Send 8,000 custom sales video and thumbnails, 8,000 custom landing pages, 8,000 personalized emails, 8,000 of everything, right? But if you want to start out, you can just start with a $47 plan and you still get access to 8 million leads. So what I recommend for you to do, I'm not going to rant too much about this. You can watch this demo. I bring you through the exact same process, implement Fury and integrate it into Instantly to personalize your emails and everything, and then send emails on autopilot. Okay, I'm not going to rant too much about this. Let me go back to the form here. There we go. So this is it. This. If you don't personalize your emails, you have no chance. Okay, you literally have 0% chance of succeeding. You want to make sure that your email is really personalized to the prospect. I can't stress this enough, or else you can forget to book 30 to 50 meetings a month. Okay, let's move on. I know I'm talking about, by the way, if you're still sticking, I really appreciate it. I mean, it means that you care about your business, you're hungry. And if you're not hungry in this business, it means you're probably not going to make it. So if you're still sticking in this video, kudos to you. Now, let's talk about this. How to close 40% to 50% of your sales calls. Okay? To close deals, you need four things, very straight up front. Okay, you need, number one, you need to know what the hell you're talking about. If you don't know what you're talking about, how do you expect people to trust you? Number two, you need to present an offer that solves a huge pain for your customer. Hence, why I told you at the beginning that one of your main focuses should be to get on sales calls so that you can purely understand what is the main pain point of your customer. If you don't understand that, you cannot build an offer around it. Okay? So make sure that you solve a huge pain and that your offer represents that pain or that solution to that pain. Number three, make it impossible for them to say no. Kind of like The Godfather, right? Make an offer that people feel stupid saying no to. An example is show them a specific case study for a similar client. This is just an example, right? If you show a skincare brand, a case study of another very, very similar skincare brand, right? You bring them through the strategy, you bring through the systems, the processes, the infrastructure that you set up for them. It's going to be kind of hard for them and ridiculous for them to say no, knowing that that case study can be them. Okay, so this is an example. Another example, to make it impossible for them to say no, is to just apply guarantee to your offer. I am not a fan. I don't have a guarantee anymore. I used to when I wanted to attract more clients, but I don't believe in guarantees anymore as of now in the position that I am in. If you're starting out and you want to get ahead of the curve, or maybe you want to, get more attention because there's a lot of noise, just create an irresistible offer that also has a risk reverse guarantee, so that you minimize the risk from the perspective of the client, so that it's less risky for them. Okay. Number four, have testimonials. This is the least important. I think you should get testimonials as soon as possible. But if you nail down these three, you can get a sale. Okay. If you have testimonials, it's going to help. And plus, you need like 1, 2, or 3 testimonials. So if you don't have them, I would recommend that you maybe also work for free in exchange for a testimonial, so that you can get the ground running. And these will be really fundamental for perhaps getting new clients. Okay. Now, let me know if you have any questions about these 4 things. I'm not going to go too much into the depth of this. I'm actually going to make more videos, but these are the 4 things that you need to focus on to close at very high rates. Okay. And of course, this 40-50%, take with a grain of salt. You need experience to close at these rates. Hence why I told you to get on a lot of sales calls in the beginning. What you should focus on. Gain experience. Sales experience. Now, last but not least, how to retain clients for 12 months. I've been in the business for 5 years, a little more. I struggled at the beginning. People were just leaving after 1, 2, or 3 months. I didn't know what to do. And then I decided to really pay experts so that I could understand the craft. And these are, after paying and spending several thousands of dollars, this is my conclusion. And it's correct, in my opinion. And I currently retain clients for many, many months, and I have some clients that have been with me for 3 years, just to give you an example. Okay, so focus on these 3 things. You can get as many clients as you wish, but at the end of the day, retention wins over any business. Okay, if you do not have retention, you essentially don't have a long-term business. You can acquire, have good cash up front collected or whatever, but it's probably going to die out if you don't have a retention system. Okay, the most important components for retention that I've noticed over the last 5 years of doing this are expectations, great results, great communication. Number one, if you don't set up the right expectation, if you overpromise, chances are you're going to underdeliver, right? If you set reasonable expectations and you maybe say, you know what, Mr. Client, I'm not going to be the person that is going to say, I'm going to get you a 10x ROI in the first 3 months. I'm not that type of person. I'm the person that wants to give you the bad news first and the reasonable news. Okay? Because we both know that nothing is guaranteed in business, and it needs time to build an infrastructure that can spend $1 and make more. So you set the right expectation. You don't overpromise. If you overpromise, you will have the client call you within the next couple of weeks saying that he wants a refund, or having a buyer remorse effect where they just want to work with somebody else and they don't trust you anymore because they're not seeing what you promised them. So the expectation is really, really important. Okay, I've had clients that stuck with me for over a year just because of setting the right expectations. Okay, let that sink in. Number two, great results. Great results is the direct proportion of a great team. Okay, if you don't have a great team, you cannot retain your clients. Okay, if you were to buy a service from somebody, would you want to be in great hands or okay hands? Okay, do you want the service to be great or fine, right? Just put yourself in the client's shoes, right? Why would I keep on paying you if the service is not great, if the results are not great, if the people within the team are not experienced, right? So I always like to say, if you can afford it, hire for experience and track record, not for potential. Okay? Hire for those two. Really important if you want a great team. Number three, great communication. This is very, very cheesy. You probably might think. All of them are probably. But these are the foundation. I'm not going to start talking about something that is useless and that you don't need. But these are the three things that you need for retention. Great communication, I mean having weekly calls, having expectation calls. That is a form of communication. Sending weekly reports, right? Having bi-weekly calls with your clients. Updating them on a project that you're developing. Telling them when the project is going to be done. Telling them if it's late and why, right? There's so many different things, and I've noticed that great communication, like we've had average results for a couple of clients just because we're not God, right? Like every company that comes to us, we can't get results for. It's just the nature of business. But we've had and kept an amazing expectation, right, from the beginning with a great communication process and infrastructure, and they got to a point where they just feel very safe and secure, and they feel like our agency is the backbone of their business, right? Which is kind of the whole point here, right? Or else people don't want to stick with you. So that's it for me. I know that this is, I lost my voice. I'm going to drink some water. But that's it for this video. I really hope that this was valuable for you. Let me know in the comments below, and hopefully you're not falling asleep. You're still awake. But let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about these things that I talked about: retention, how to close. This is definitely a really, really interesting concept. I really advise you to. It's the first link in the description. Try Fury AI. Get 8 million leads for free if you go on a paid plan. I advise you to try it and watch the demo. It's 5 minutes long. How to fill up your calendar, right? How to build authority, what to focus on. If you have any other question, let me know. I will come back to you. I promise. I want to answer every question that comes up in the YouTube channel. Okay? With no further ado, see you in the next video. Bye.